CHW Wrestling is back with Darkfire Domination. The challenge has been laid down and accepted. The first time ever, Leave My Mama Alone match. And it's happening right here, right now. AJ Hall, a house of fire on the attack like a rabid dog all over Big David. You know what's on the line. If Big David wins this match, he will marry AJ's mom right here next month, December 13th, in the Springfield Armory in front of everybody, and there's nothing AJ can do about it. And the way it's looking right now in the ring, that's exactly what we might see. Look at Big David using his size and power. And if this is the way the match goes, that's exactly what we're going to see right here next month. AJ Hall with a whole lot to lose, Big David with a lot to gain. And man, what a powerful shot right there. Elbow to the throat. Big David goes for that cover. It's just a 1 count. Again, AJ Hall knows how much is on the line in this match. It's his family. It's his mother. She will marry Big David right here in front of everybody. Look at Big David using his suspenders to choke AJ Hall. Referee Jeff the Ref distracted. Man, you've got to keep your eyes on the action. You've got to officiate this. It's so important. Hearts are on the line. And AJ Hall, he's got a whole lot of it. Look at him trying to fight back. Hard shots, rights to the jaw, got Big David staggered, off the ropes, drop kick right to the kidneys, puts Big David down. AJ Hall, you've got to do something, and you've got to do it quick. You've got to put Big David away and save your mom from having to marry him next month right here in front of all these people. AJ Hall, he's going up there, high-risk area. But man, if he hits something from up here, it could pay off big. Big David, he's moving. He's getting up. AJ's got him in his sights. He's up there. What's going to happen? Big David ducks. AJ Hall crash and burn. Big David's to his feet. He scoops him up. Big, powerful slam by the big man right there. Big David hitting those ropes with a whole lot of steam. Big elbow across the chest. It's 1, 2, 3. Big David's got him. We're going to see a wedding right here, December 13th at the Springfield Armory. CHW, for the first time ever, a real wrestling wedding between that man right there. Wow. Big David with a huge victory, earning the hand of AJ's mom in matrimonial mayhem right here December 13th. Join us to see it live, a real wrestling wedding. I can't believe it. Our main man, Kanji, in the ring with introductions. CHW Darkfire Domination continues live from the Springfield National Guard Armory, November 8th, 2025. A night the fans will never forget. Right now, the CHW, he was the Ashland City champion. We talked about changing the name of the title to the Springfield Championship since the fans here have been so great, but he's taken it upon himself and he's been calling it the Kentucky Championship. Either way, that's what's on the line in this one. Wow, this man right here, you might be surprised even to see him here competing in CHW right now. It is Jason Xavier. A man who has been through so much turmoil here in the last year in CHW. From losing his son Ryan to the dark influence of Nick White and JC Crow, to putting his hair on the line in a bloody, violent street fight. Look back in the YouTube archives on this channel and see that match between Jason Xavier and JC Crow when those men put it all on the line. And in the end, it was Jason Xavier who not only was scalped, but he lost his son to the dark powers of the cult of Crow. Either way, he's back, clawing his way up from the very bottom. After all that, his son no longer by his side, and still here he competes for a championship that many would argue he should have never lost to begin with. He's getting that rematch right now with the champion, Chris Eckos. The champion, Chris Eckos, not without parenting issues of his own after recently defeating his own son, Cade, in a scholarship on a pole match, which kept Cade from enrolling in the University of Tennessee against his father's wishes. Now Cade finds himself forced to be at ringside, sort of the valet to his father, wearing his Kentucky shirt, waving his Kentucky flag, and doing everything else that Chris Eckos tells his son to do as a result of that. Two very different parenting techniques here, two very similar wrestlers, both extremely technically sound. Chris Eckos not afraid to bend or break the rules to get what he wants. Jason Xavier, most notably known as an honorable man, competing the right way, and again, working his way up from the very bottom here in CHW. After all the tragedy and turmoil he's been through the past year, he's got nowhere to go but up. And winning this championship right here tonight would be an amazing way to see Jason Xavier back on his feet right here in CHW as he overpowers his opponent, backing Chris Eckos into the corner. Jason Xavier with a little bit of a power advantage in this one, has him on size by a little bit. But again, these men, they know each other very well, very similar in the ring as far as their technical abilities. Chris Eckos, you know him, he'll do whatever it takes to hold on to that title he's so proud to own. And here, Chris Eckos, with a handful of the now much shorter hair of Jason Xavier after that Hair versus Ryan match that he found himself on the wrong end of. That was so violent. There was blood all over this arena. Jason Xavier gave it everything he had, but in the end, it was his own son Ryan that cost him the match and cost him custody of his son. Now he's with the Cult of Crow, Nick White and JC Crow. Those men, they hate Jason Xavier so much. But now Jason, he's got no choice but to try to move on with his career. And with beautiful takedowns like that, there's no doubt Jason Xavier will be right back on top in CHW in no time. Right there, wringing the arm of his opponent. The pain on the face of the champion, Chris Eckos, as he escapes to the ropes, forcing the referee and Jason Xavier to break the hold. The smart man right there, a ring general. Chris Eckos is a champion for a reason. Always knows his position in the ring at all times. Jason Xavier, he's letting Chris Eckos know he didn't come here to play around tonight. He came here to take back the title that I think in most people's opinions, he never really lost it. The Cult of Crow cost him that title and then prevented him from ever being able to win it back. And now Jason Xavier, after all that, is finally taking it and making the best of his opportunity right here tonight in front of these awesome fans in Springfield at CHW Wrestling, going for that once known as the Ashland City title. Again, we talked about it. Maybe we change the name to the Springfield Championship. The fans have immediately taken to us out here, and they love their professional wrestling just as much as they love it in Ashland City. But as soon as we started talking about that, Chris Eckos says, no, I am the Kentucky Iceman, and this is the Kentucky Championship. He can call it whatever he wants to call it, because if things go on the way they're going right here, he's not even going to hold that championship by the time this match is over, as Jason Xavier dumps him to the outside of the ring. The fans, man, they hate Chris Eckos so much, always bad-mouthing him. Look at this. Look at this, using Cade to cause the distraction. Man, setting up Jason Xavier for an attack out of nowhere. Look at Chris Eckos. What a mistake it is to take this man to the outside where he can get away with stuff like that. Yells at his son and then drives Jason Xavier head first into the corner post. This was all a huge mistake on the part of Jason Xavier. The last place you want to find yourself with Chris Eckos is on the outside of the ring, where you can't be protected by the referee. And Jason Xavier purposely put him out there, just like Chris Eckos is putting him back in the ring with a purpose and a plan. What's he gonna do? Setting it up. Nice takedown by the champion. Oh no! That could be a knockout blow. This could be over. No, only a 2 count. Jason Xavier able to roll that shoulder, and he's still alive in this one. The fans 100% behind Jason Xavier in this one. The action hot and furious right there. Beautiful heel kick to the face of Jason Xavier as the champion takes control. And also takes a moment to stick it in the face of the fans who all love Jason Xavier. These good Tennessee fans who hate Chris Eckos and would love nothing more than to see him lose his title right here tonight. What's he doing? Telling Cade to choke his opponent while he distracts the ref. But Cade's not doing it. Offering words of encouragement to his father's opponent. Now I've seen it all. Chris Eckos driving the boots into the throat of his opponent. Driving the man down. And again, taking a moment to stick it to these Tennessee fans that he hates so much. Wow. Jason Xavier's got a little something, but it's not enough. What a collision in the middle of the ring. Chris Eckos going for the cover. No. Not enough to keep the challenger down. Chris Eckos, he's stalking the man. Again, the fans behind Jason Xavier all the way as he's non-ceremoniously dumped to the outside of the ring, where Chris Eckos goes back on the attack with a hard right punch. What? Look at this. Viciousness from the champion right in front of the fans. Oh! European uppercut and a chop. Everything this man does is so methodical and vicious. Jason Xavier trying to fight back, but not enough. Punch to the back of the neck and choking the man on the outside. Jeff the ref, very easy going on the count on this one. We want to see a winner here tonight. Dang. Chris Eckos with harsh words for his opponent. Wow. I've talked to Chris Eckos, and he tells me that the fans, they lift him in a match like this, but not in the way you'd think. Look at the look on the champion's face. Wow, what a matchup this has been. Jason Xavier pinned down in the middle of the ring. Chris Eckos, the champion, cranking on the man's neck. Wow. Wow. Chris Eckos screaming to the crowd. Jeff the ref right there, checking on the welfare of Jason Xavier. Can he go on? Hey, there it is. Pinky's in the air. Jason Xavier's still with us. And he's grinding to escape the clutches of the Kentucky Iceman, Chris Eckos. Elbow to the midsection, followed up by another and another. Jason Xavier's back, and he's on the move. Wow! Double clothesline, both men colliding in the middle of the ring. I don't know who got the worst of that. Whoever gets back to their feet first is going to be at a huge advantage in this. Both men are stirring. The champion up to one knee. He's up to his feet. Jason Xavier struggling, but he's there too. Swing and a miss from the champ. Jason Xavier ducks again. Sees it coming. Oh! Oh, what a shot. Double fisted. Oh, no. No. JC Crow, what are you doing? You're not even a part of this match. Again. The hatred. Oh. No, he's biting him. JC Crow is a maniac. Oh, no. By disqualification, that means Chris Eckos holds on to his title. And this blood feud between JC Crow and Jason Xavier is far from over. Oh man, what a terrible end to this match. What a great thing it was to see. But here we are in all the destruction that cannot be contained between Jason Xavier and JC Crow. And look at there, that's the worst part of it all. Chris Eckos is still the champion. Big smile on his face. Thanks to JC Crow. Well, now that we finally got that mess cleaned up, they're back. Yeah, right here, JC Crow, we just saw him a moment ago, accompanied to the ring by the son of Jason Xavier. We talked about that too. It's Ryan on the outside of the ring. The Cult of Crow has taken over the show here tonight, and now he's back once again for a match of his own. Here he is, the hero of CHW, the #1 fan favorite we've got, the OG. Yeah, that's right, the original Green, Steven Green. Well, I tell you, it's been a long time since these two men have looked across the ring and seen each other. They used to tear it down in downtown Nashville at the Stadium Inn all the time. Wow. A couple of veterans reminiscing in the ring about how long it's been. Well, here we are, revisiting history right here tonight between JC Crow and Steven Green. Guaranteed to be an excellent match. These two men, hey, it's been a while, but they still know each other pretty well. And again, how far has each one of these men advanced since the last time they met each other in the ring? Wow. You can hear the pain in the voice of Steven Green as JC Crow grinds it in. Putting that forearm across his face, but Steven Green able to easily reverse that one. Wrapping JC Crow up. JC Crow going for a cover, referee out of position. I don't know about that. Little early for all that, but hey, you gotta try it. It only takes 3 seconds to win a match. And now, Steven Green has got JC Crow in a real predicament here. JC able to roll it over and reverse it again. Referee looking at those shoulders real close as JC's got him locked in a submission position. And there, beautiful transition into the arm bar. Steven Green could be in a lot of trouble right here. He could end up with a broken arm. JC Crow biting the man's fingers. What the hell? What is wrong with JC Crow? It's not enough just to be a talented competitor. But he's got to be vicious too. Look at this. It's a simple submission, but the pain and the damage is undeniable as JC Crow has done what he is known to do, choose a body part and go to work. Steven's gonna have to have his shoulder looked at after this one. But right there, the determination of Steven Green comes to the forefront. Whoa! Look at that. Driving the point of the elbow into the back of the arm. There you go. There you go. Turnabout fair play, I think. Steven Green's not above fighting back and dishing it out just as good as it's given. Nice takedown right there from JC Crow. Locking in the man. Cranking back on that net. Look, see right there, perfect example. It's never enough for JC Crow just to be a great professional wrestler, which there's no denying he is. But he's always gonna throw in little evil things like that and then laugh about it in the face of the referee trying to keep order in this one. It's those little things that add up throughout the match. JC Crow is the master of it. Small, devious, but painful things like this. Hook in the man's nose. Referee Uncle Ty right there to try to keep this one under control. Again, JC Crow with so much power. Wow, what a collision. And a beautiful takedown hip toss by Steven Green, followed up by another one immediately. Steven's on fire with a drop kick. And how quickly things have changed in this one. Steven back on his feet and back on top. Hard right hand to the face of JC Crow. JC Crow looks like he's in another world, but that chop brought him right back to reality as Steven Green steps it up and shoots him in. Looks for the fans. They are there. Big splash into the corner. Steven, wow! What a snap slam to the mat. 1, 2. Whoa! Whoa! That was so close. Steven Green looking to the fans. He's got their back. They want to see it. And he's going to set him up one more time into the corner. Going to the well once too many. Yes, he is. JC Crow right there. Rolls him over. Oh, my God. Oh, this is over. 1, 2. What? What? How? How did Steven Green get his shoulder up off the mat after that? And a vicious headbutt from JC Crow puts Steven Green back on the defensive. But he's not putting up any kind of defense. He's just taking everything that JC Crow is dishing out. Nonchalant cover. How arrogant of JC Crow. Showing off to Ryan on the outside. No, no! No! Ryan! Ryan, no! Oh no, Ryan, why? A year ago, I would never, ever believe I would see Ryan do anything like that. When he came to the ring, every event supporting his father. Such a good young man, I don't even know who Ryan is anymore. Ever since he opened the mystery box, given to him by Nick White, Ryan has been possessed by evil. And it came out here tonight, but then again, under the tutelage of a man like this, JC Crow. Vicious and terrible. Destroying his opponent on the outside of the ring. Smart enough to break the count and make the ref start over. Steven Green is in a very, very bad position in this match. JC Crow parting everyone, giving the warning, get out of the way. What's he got planned? No, no! Full force into the corner with all of his body weight crushing Steven between concrete and steel. Again, JC Crow breaks the count by rolling back into the ring and intends to punish Steven further. Oh no, look at this, right in front of Steven's fans. Wow. The evil intelligence of JC Crow means right now we're only up to a 5 count by the referee, and all this damage has been done as JC Crow drags Stephen Green's lifeless body. And again, rolling into the ring just to break the count. The referee's gonna have to start over. He's got a 10 count to do as much damage as he can. JC Crow, quite possibly the most dangerous and deranged man in Tennessee professional wrestling history, giving a lesson on what earned him that name. No way. Oh no! Come on, referee. This can't go on like this. But again, JC Crow knows the rules and knows how to use them to his advantage. Stephen Green, he may never, ever be the same again after this match. Wow. I expected a competitive match in this one, but JC Crow has dominated completely Stephen Green in this match. You can see Stephen, he's got it in him. He's got the heart, he's got the soul, and he's got the fight. Throwing everything he has left at JC Crow. JC Crow rocked. But again, right there, thumb to the eye, right in front of the referee. Stephen doesn't want to give up. The referee gave him an out, but he wouldn't take it. That gives JC Crow the green light to continue to inflict damage. Oh! Drives his opponent down. How? How did Stephen Green kick out of that? JC Crow can't believe it. But again, the determination and the heart and the fight of Stephen Green will not allow him to give up, as the cheers of these fans fuel him to fight back. They're in force. They're behind you, Stephen. Oh no, grabs him by his lower jaw, drives him into the mat. Did he? Wow. I swore that was a 3 count. It was so close. If you can't pin him, try to submit him. But good luck with that. I don't believe I've ever seen Stephen Green tap out in a match in his entire career. Not enough. Referee right there for the 2 count. Not enough to keep him down. JC trying again, hoping that his exhausted opponent won't have enough to make the 3. But Stephen Green answers every call. Right there, referee don't know who he's pinning. Both men possibly down. Another vicious knee driven into the head of Stephen Green. How much more can he take? Oh boy. JC Crow says he's done with it. He's had enough. Time to die, Stephen Green, is what JC Crow just said. Vicious multiple chops in the corner as JC Crow puts Stephen Green in a very dangerous position up on the top rope. JC Crow's got terrible plans. Here we go. Here we go. Jason Xavier's back. Jason Xavier is back with retribution for JC Crow, who came out and interfered and attacked him during his championship match moments ago here tonight. Security trying to intervene. I don't think the referee has a choice but to disqualify Stephen Green in this match. Unbelievable. The insanity we've seen here tonight. Stephen Green's down. JC Crow is on the attack. We cannot keep these men apart. They have to be separated. How is this ever going to end? These men hate each other. What will it take to finally put an end to this blood feud. I can't believe it. Thank you for tuning in to CHW Wrestling. Stay tuned for Darkfire Domination Part 2 coming your way very soon. And subscribe to our wrestling YouTube channel right here. Do it now.